learn how to finish a meal feeling content, never deprived. The Sonoma Diet is not a low-carb diet. On the contrary, it stresses a huge variety of plant-based, carbohydrate-rich energy food. Do you like rice or other grains with your main course? Enjoy them, as long as they're the best-tasting, whole-grain, fiber-rich version. The Sonoma Diet is not a low-fat diet either. Heart-healthy and flavor-enhancing olive oil can be an everyday feature of your meals, bringing out nutrients and flavors in many of the foods you eat. You'll be encouraged to take advantage of other healthy dietary fats as well. A variety of nuts, as well as avocados, for example, and the heart-protective natural oils in fish will help you lose weight and keep you satisfied as you do it. The Sonoma Diet's secret to weight loss is rediscovering the sensual joy of savoring a variety of fresh, wholesome, and delicious foods. In other words, you'll be adopting a new eating lifestyle. You'll find it far more pleasurable and satisfying than the one you'll be leaving behind. The Sonoma Diet lifestyle will be a part of you long after you've reached your target weight. It'll keep you slim, healthy, and enjoying every meal for the rest of your life. But remember to see your doctor. Any type of diet change needs a medical professional's approval. Schedule an appointment before starting on the Sonoma Diet. Your doctor can also help you determine the weight goal that will guide you as you follow the diet. First, a few words about the Sonoma region. The name Sonoma is synonymous with the spirit of the diet you'll be following. To understand it, we need to do a little elementary geography work. Pull out a world map and find the Mediterranean Sea. Trace your finger along the sea's perimeter and notice what you cross. Among other places, you'll pass through coastal Spain, southern France, Italy, Greece. These lands are known for ideal climates, fresh fruits and vegetables, fine wines, lean meats, abundant fish, and heart-friendly olive oil. In fact, the eating habits and the active lifestyle in this part of the world is so beneficial to human health that science has a name for it: the Mediterranean Diet. Now stick your finger in the middle of Italy and follow the line straight westward across the Atlantic and the United States until you come to the California coast. You're in Sonoma County, north of the San Francisco Bay. Here, the waves break on rocky coasts that give way to majestic redwood forests covering coastal mountains. Further inland, rolling hills are dotted with olive trees and apple groves. On countless slopes lie some of the most lauded vineyards in the world, the grapes gleaming green and purple in the California sun. This breathtakingly scenic region shares more in common with the Mediterranean than latitude and climate. Its fruits and vegetables are just as fresh and delicious, its wine as fine, its meat as lean, its fish and other seafood as abundant, its homegrown olive oil just as heart-friendly. Out of the farms and restaurants and kitchens of this idyllic home of healthy, sensuous eating comes the Sonoma Diet. The people of Southern Europe and Sonoma contributed the element of pleasure to the diet. We've added another benefit: safe, permanent weight loss. The emphasis of the Sonoma Diet, to repeat, is not to avoid good food, but to eat the best foods on the planet. Here are some of them. Lots of the best fresh fruits and vegetables instead of processed foods and sugary sweets. Generous allotments of whole-grain bread and cereals instead of refined white flour products. Skinless white meat poultry, lean red meats, lamb, pork, veal, eggs, non-fat dairy, soybeans, and plenty of fish for your protein. Olive oil and nuts as your main dietary fat sources. Unlimited herbs and spices. A little wine. It doesn't matter if you live in Los Angeles, Dallas, New York, Seattle, or Denver. The Sonoma Diet can be your way of eating. The first thing you'll notice is how simple everything is. There's no rule that says good eating has to be complicated. After a summary of the major points of the diet, you'll be introduced to the huge variety of foods you'll be eating. The emphasis will be on the power foods that deliver the most health-imparting nutrients with the fewest calories. Then you'll be guided through the diet itself, with specific instructions on choosing foods, preparing them, and eating them in the right proportions and amounts. We also want to help you through the inevitable rough spots, the cravings, the hurdles, the frustrations that pop up from time to time on any diet. We'll tell you exactly how to deal with any problem, so you can leave it behind and move on to your weight loss goal. Within days of starting the Sonoma Diet, you'll already notice a change for the better in the way you feel and the way your clothes fit. You will begin losing weight immediately. You'll also notice a difference in the way you think about food. As you leave the old bad ways behind and adopt the new good ways, you'll discover an amazing thing. The new way tastes better. You're feeling better, you're losing weight, and you're enjoying your meals more than you ever thought possible. That's what the Sonoma Diet is all about. Let's get started. Decades ago, researchers started pondering a seeming paradox. Why is it that the Mediterranean population live healthier, longer lives with lower rates of heart disease, cancer, obesity, and diabetes compared to many parts of the world? When Americans or Northern Europeans eat what they consider pleasurable feasts, they're told they're raising their heart attack risk. When Southern Europeans eat their versions of the same thing, they get healthier. What's going on? The answer lies in the flavorful, nutrient-rich foods and way of living of the Mediterranean diet. It exemplifies the cornerstones of healthy eating. Minimal processing and seasonal choices maximize the content of nutrients in these foods. Health is not based on avoiding certain danger or unhealthy foods. It's about enjoying more of those foods that are nutrient-rich. The Sonoma Diet is based exactly on that healthy inspiration for selecting foods. What does the Mediterranean diet consist of? It's a variety of different cuisines, from southern Italy, Spain, Morocco, Tunisia, Greece, and southern France. These cuisines contribute their own flavor palettes but maintain a common thread: olives, grapes, and wheat. The dishes are largely plant-based, which means seasonal vegetables, whole grains, fruits, beans, nuts, and olive oil play leading roles. Olive oil goes beyond health benefits. It provides flavor for the enjoyment of large quantities of vegetables and legumes in salads and other dishes. This offers an important lesson. Perhaps you don't eat enough vegetables and legumes because you haven't learned how to prepare them in flavorful ways. Fish and poultry are more prominent than red meat or dairy. Wine, red or white, also plays an important role in the meal. Foods are simple, unpretentious, and flavored with herbs and spices. In fact, you'll be eating much as you would in the Mediterranean, in the sense that you'll be taking advantage of health-boosting foods as much as possible. We'll call these power foods. They deliver maximum nutrition with minimum calories. Eating these miracles of nature is as important for weight loss as not eating fattening foods. The biggest difference between the Sonoma and Mediterranean diets is the goal. The Sonoma diet is designed for you to lose weight. The Mediterranean diet is not. The Sonoma diet, then, is an adjustment of the Mediterranean diet to include weight loss strategies based on the most up-to-date knowledge about what works and what doesn't. The result is a triple reward you may have never expected to get from a weight loss diet. On the Sonoma Diet, you'll lose weight and gain health while you enjoy your meals more than ever before. If there's one underlying philosophy to the Sonoma Diet Next Step diet approach, it is this: worrying about how much carbohydrate or dietary fat you're consuming is a distraction. Keeping track of nutritional categories such as carbohydrate, protein, or dietary fat just isn't the way normal folks go about planning their meals. Eating too many carbohydrates, especially refined ones, along with eating too much of everything, is a definite contributor to being overweight. Carbohydrates are the most likely to be overconsumed because of their effect on blood sugar metabolism, which we'll get into later. You'll be eating controlled